Hello, Baptist Church Ministry Network. My name is Ben Jennings, and I've been asked to write a blog, and I thought, man, it would be better make a video. It's more engaging. And so I just wanted to talk to you today about preaching. The BCMN meetings are known, and the network is known as a place that has a reputation for faithful biblical preaching. We are biblical balanced Baptists, and we want to do a great job preaching. And I don't claim to be a great preacher. I spent a lot of time thinking about preaching, and especially the last 2 years becoming a senior pastor, it's a task that I feel like is evergreen. It's always in front of me. It's always here comes Sunday, and I know you guys all experience that. I'm really passionate about not just doing it, but getting better at it. So I'm writing this really as I'm doing this video really as a beginning of a conversation that I'm hoping will continue on Facebook and on our blog, wherever you can comment below and engage with this content. I want to share 4 books on preaching that really helped me over the years and that continue to help me. And 2 of these books came to me by way of the BCMN, which I think is really interesting. And so I just want to recommend them to you. Whenever you make a book recommendation, you want to make sure that people know you don't necessarily agree with everything in the book other than the Bible itself. But here's 4 books that really helped me. The first one was in college. We read Haddon Robinson's classic book on biblical preaching. And the thing that sticks out to me most about this book, one of the things that just talked about the idea of a message being not buckshot but a rifle shot. So the idea of not having when it's, and I think the classic line in here, or at least by Haddon Robinson, is that when it's a fog in the pulpit, when it's a mist in the pulpit, it's a fog in the pew. And so being very, very clear about what you're going to say and how you do that is very important. The development and delivery of expository messages, that's what this particular book's about. So very good book. I recommend that one. When I went to grad school, we read the second book, Christ-Centered Preaching by Bryan Chapell. The thing that I remember the most about this book was I learned from Brother Bill Kolb, Pastor Bill Kolb, who taught the class. And this book talks a lot about it. And in our class, we talked about a fallen condition focus, that every sermon you could focus on what's the fallen condition that this particular passage is trying to address. And when you address that fallen condition focus, that gives you a place to bring the gospel into every sermon. Not every passage is a gospel passage, but every sermon can be a gospel sermon when you talk about the fallen condition that we all find ourselves in, that the text speaks to. And of course, when you're talking about the fallen condition and sin, then of course the real answer to sin is Jesus Christ and his redemption for it. So that was a very helpful book. These next 2 are 2 that I got connected with because of being a part of the network. One is, I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago when we had the meeting in Florence Baptist Temple. Dr. Jerry Vines preached at that particular meeting and did a fabulous job. I just remember that message being a textbook expository message, and I thought it was really, really good. And he was selling his books out in the lobby at that one. This one he wrote called Power in the Pulpit has been a really big help these last couple of years for me. I especially enjoyed and learned a lot from his chapter in here on studying the text, the interpretation process. That was a very helpful chapter. I believe it's chapter 4 in the book, but the whole thing is very, very helpful. So that particular book was a big help to me. Power in the Pulpit. He also has one called Progress in the Pulpit. And I think there's a third one that was at least coming out the last time I saw, and I have the second one. The third one I don't think it's come out yet, or it hasn't come out. I haven't bought it since it's come out. But anyway, That is a tremendous read, very, very helpful. The last one, which is also connected with our network, is my ministry communication workshop notebook. Back in 2017, I went to the missionary communication workshop, or at least that was the what he called it before. He called it the ministry communication workshop. And of course, that's led by Lewis McClendon. And in that particular workshop, he teaches a lot of what especially these two books tend to teach. He teaches a lot of the same ideas: an objective statement, connecting your objective statement, your proposition, to your points, to your to the rationale for what you're trying to say. But this particular workshop, the ministry communication workshop, and the process that Lewis McClendon gives you in this has been huge for me in all my communication, not just in my sermon preparation and sermon delivery, but also even in when I'm writing emails, when I'm drafting agendas for meetings. This has been very, very, very helpful and continues to be. And this is the thing that I've probably stuck with the longest in terms of helping me to really communicate the Word of God clearly and well and relevantly. So if you have the chance to take that course, you really, really need to do that. And I think that's very, very helpful. I'm going to put links to all these books in the notes below. And the question I have for you is, hey, give me some books. If you've read any books that have helped you that I haven't mentioned, man, I'd love to see what books you would recommend. Give us the title, maybe the link in the comments below. And I'd love to kind of begin a conversation with you all about preaching and how it can help us, and how it's definitely something we want to get it better at. I know I need to get better at it. And so what books have helped you, what tools, what resources. I'll probably put out another video in the coming weeks about some other things in regard to preaching. So this is my proposition to my proposal to you. Hey, what do you want to, what have you read that has helped you? All right. Thanks.